One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that I am not mistaken in mine.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I tell you, I love that speech by Billy, but I realized I got it back to front. What I should have is after the the Rabbi from Another Planet, titles, right? Go into the Billy clip, right? And then one day I shall come back, blah 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 blah, and then we get the new logo and then boom, end on our hashtag Welcome Back Doctor Who. Because look, you know me, I'm just being optimistic, and I know there's some people out there saying that, but honestly, I think there's reason to be optimistic. I really, genuinely do. I don't think Shooty's a gay doctor. You know, I don't. I think he might be a gay man playing Doctor Who. I mean, okay, let a gay man play Charles Dickens. I was fine with that too, right? At no point when I saw Simon Cowell, I was thinking, I wonder if he likes to suck a dick. That never, ever entered my head, right? It was really not important to me, right? It was strangely, maybe I just wasn't taken in by the part, but really, as it seemed to me, it wasn't that important. I think Yasmin Finn is in it as like a cameo, if that, you know, more than that, actually. I think she's in it about half as much as Ace and Tegan were in the centenary special, right? That's what I think. I don't think it's she's going to be the companion, because it'll just make it about that, right? And I don't think Russell wants to do that. I think the plan's really coming together. What it is, we're going to look. I didn't know this was out. There was a badly recorded press conference lunch yesterday with Disney talking about Doctor Who, which we're going to watch together. I want to watch Shooty's appearance on, I don't know, Regis and Kathy in 2022. I don't know what they are. There's Kelly. I reckon Kelly. It's okay. It's always fit, bangable woman about 10 years too old. But you will still go for it. And Guy, right? That's the template. Fit, bangable girl about 10 years too old, and Guy, right? Yeah, who you will still do, right? Is Camille Caudry on the bubble? I don't know. That's a good question, isn't it? I don't know. Look, Camille, you're never on the bubble for me, darling. I can tell you, always will have a special place in my heart. Good evening, Golden. Good morning. How you doing? That was a strange little man. How many years ago was that? That was strange little aside. How many years ago was Rose? It was 17 years ago. Poor, she was pretty darn hot back then. Yeah, no, I thought I thought yes would have been my answer. But then again, they had a lot. I mean, Russell always had a lot of very sexy women, right? He had Yvonne Hartman. She was, again, very hot. And then there was another one, wasn't there? Can't remember. Yeah, okay. So, you know, I just kind of thing I expect we will keep on seeing. I'm very happy about it. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. Let me pull up the thumb. Man, I have had agita today. I had agita. It was very, very, very confusing and disturbing. Much like this thumbnail. Oh, fuck me. I'm sorry, the colour was a bit off for his face. I kept playing with it, but, you know, best thing to do. I would just like, okay, I just would love to see Rusty Davis looking at this, right? I bet Rusty Davis would piss himself laughing, right? I really do. It's just like such a weird, eclectic mix. Like, what? How, why? Just why? Why is Chibnall naked and oiled and chained up? I guess for his crimes, right? I think thankfully he kept a loincloth on. And what is Judge Dredd there? Well, I guess Judge Dredd just represents authority to me, right? An authority coming down. Cultural vandalism. You're doing 20 in the cubes, creep. But I did what the BBC said they wanted, which is a fair fucking argument. I can't argue with you there. And then because we're going to look at this DC studio news, does this mean they're not? Does this mean we're not to be black or gay? I don't think so, Henry, mate. I don't think so. I think you're still going to be straight and white. I'm quite excited, right? I think, we might be on the crest of a wave of like creative insanity, like really like a creative upswing, because in desperation, right, what's that speech that Davros had, right, when they in Resurrection of the Daleks said, so they return to their creator, in desperation, after the money men have failed, they return to their creator. They go to the creators, right? This James Gunn, Peter Safran's name I know, but I can't consider, don't know often. But James Gunn as the guiding force of DC Studios, yes, and I think they recognize the potential of Henry Cavill, right? I think they see the strength. That is a genuine asset. They'll be insane to throw away. That and Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, right? They need to develop more brands like that. Aquaman could be was just a bit shit. What do you want to tell you? But he's got. I mean, like, I loved what he's done with Suicide Squad. I love what he did with Peacemaker. I think this is very good news, right? I think this is very good news. I think Russell having creative control of Doctor Who is very good news, right? I think it's very good news. It seems to be House of Dragon. Did HBO learn its lesson? Could be, right? It seems to be Return of the Creator, right? Return of the Creator. But poor Chibnall, mate. Listen, I don't think it's fair. I do not think it's fair that you have to carry the can. Right? I don't think it's right. But, I guess that's what... Hey, listen. You Chris, mate, you chose a cruel mistress. That cruel mistress is virtue signaling social justice warrior politics, right? That is your cruel mistress, because that is not a faithful mistress, right? That is not a mistress that will be around for the long haul. That is a mistress that's looking to take you and use you for everything it can. And the minute you prove to be not useful to them or a hindrance to them, they will turn on you and they will savage you, which is what they're doing now. I'm worried for you, mate, because I hope you're able to sell your next project, whatever it is, right? I really do, because I think you, to a great extent, you were the fall guy for the BBC. You came in with the vision they wanted. You said exactly what they wanted to hear, right? And about marginalization. You said exactly what they wanted to hear, right? So, but that's what they wanted to hear, right? If they hadn't heard it, they would have put it in your mouth or somebody else's mouth. They'll try and put it into Moffat's mouth. You can see their interference all the way, like, Capaldi's last 2 seasons, maybe 3 seasons. I don't know. I think Capaldi's first season was very much damaged by the success of Sherlock, right? I really, really do. There were a lot of very bad stories. I mean, not Jodie bad, obviously, but that didn't serve him as well. It didn't serve him. I think his best season was his last, and he deserved 2 more. Totally deserved 2 more, and that's why he's never coming back. As if we have another article today saying, "I'm never ever coming back. Leave me alone. I am no. No. Look at this new thing, The Devil's Out. But I hope he does come back. Yeah, let me show you what we've got coming. Oh yeah, I didn't tell him about my adjutor. Oi, Lanu, oi. Okay, well, 2 bits really. One, I was listening to Tim Paul. I like Tim Paul, right? And Ian Crosland was speaking. And look, he's always wrong about everything, but I like him. But he just came out with like you saw the inner workings of how people are anti-Semitic, right? It's so weird. He said, now, I don't know anything about this, about the Jewish faith, but it says that the Jews say that God says you should be able to use everything, right? You have to. So they, they do use that as part of their culture, but the flip side of that is become greedy. And you take everything and you control it. I'm like, what the fuck? No, what? Okay. If anybody's like, okay, no. The idea is like this. God made everything. God made the world for you to derive pleasure from it, right? Like there's a story about this famous rabbi. Who was it? I know. One of these famous rabbis, right? And he's getting old, and he said, "So, Rabbi, what would you like for your 98th birthday?" He says, "I would like to go and see the Alps. I'd like to go and see the Alps." I said, "Why?" Well, yeah, it's a bit of a schlep. You know, you're an older guy. Yeah, are you sure? Why do you want to go see the Alps now? I said, well, I'm going to die soon, right? And then God's going to say, hey, how you doing? Say, what do you think of them Alps, right? Did you see my Alps? I made awesome Alps. What did you think of them? And I go, oh, didn't you see yet? So that's basically how you should feel about life, right? You should be excited to try a new thing, try a new fruit, right? So seeing it in the spectrum of it's a new thing to be thankful to God for, right? That's basically the idea. So that's what the fucking idea is, you idiot. Oh, drove me so nuts. I wanted to reach into the bloody my phone. Idiot! Of course, it's metaphorical because it's like it'll be a digital version of him having pulled it out through the phone, right? Obviously. And then my other adjutant. So, I'm alone, and my daughter comes home and said, "I'll be back in about an hour." Right? And I'm like, okay, I don't care, maybe. And then I'm like working on something, and the dog starts barking. I'm like, well, it's that time of day. Maybe somebody just across the street in the park. Sometimes he gets very territorial. He's like, yeah, shut up, let me down. And he keeps barking. Or maybe they park the car outside. I don't know. Oh, I'm like, I better go check what the dog wants. All right, better go check what's going on with the dog. So I'm going up there, and she's like, and I'm like, what the hell? What are you freaking out for? And I guess her husband's only knocking at the door. So then I have to get this little mini gate up so she can't get out because she's so freaked out now. And she's like, oh, God. And I open the door. I'm like, there's nobody there. What's going on? I would just open a crack because I don't want the dog to get out. I'm crazy. And I look down. There's a little girl there. And she says, hi, this is for her teacher. I'm like, what? This is surreal. This is have I had a heart attack and died? And this is some weird method. This is for her teacher. What? What's going on? I don't understand. And then I remembered my daughter is now a teacher. She's now a teacher. She was taking a job teaching, right? I'm like, so I said thank you. I took the book, but I was like, oh, I did my head in. Oh, I was in the middle of deep thought. Deep thought. Let's have a look what's coming up. Speaking of deep thought, got a lot of stuff coming up, right? My wife's going on this big trip on Monday, right? I might have to. I'm streaming Saturday night instead of Sunday because on Thursday I think I can't stream. Right, so I have to stagger it. So I'm going to do Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, right, this week. I think because I have a bar mitzvah on Thursday. I think that's it. And then I think the week afterwards, my son's graduation from his superior thing. It's like advanced training, right? I don't know what that means, but okay, fine. Those next 2 days, I'm really going to be. So I'm doing Saturday night tonight this week. Already have the thumbnail. So I had to get everything made up early, right? I had to get everything ready. All my content for tomorrow is ready. I'm probably actually going to make a video stuff we're going to do in a minute. But all my content's ready because my wife's going to this big trip on Monday. So like we haven't been able to see each other. So she said, "Do you want to go out for like brunch tomorrow?" I'm like, "Oh, that sounds like breakfast lunch." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm up for that. That sounds nice. So I've like cleared my schedule, right? So to be at her beck and desire. So we can spend like 5 minutes here. So yeah, so on Saturday night we have this. We're going to do the reviews. We've got so many freaking reviews, right? So many reviews. Icky Thump, they're calling the power of the Doctor incomprehensible drivel. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. Tell us like, yeah, just no one tell her. We're 3 episodes behind him and more, right? I might just do a special and catch up. Can this boring piece of shit just end already? Yeah, I would like that too, Cassian. Don't really care about anything to do with your story, but I would like it to end because it is boring, told slowly, right? It's not good. Tomorrow, if I'm streaming with Father Miller, it'll be 5:30 or 4:30 or so, I don't know, 2:30. We got Dr. News, so much news. Jodie Whittaker eager to return. Peter Davis on advice to Jodie. It's appointed Australia's ABC. Loses Doctor Who after 50 years. Hopefully there's no new news that I have to splice in. That would really suck. Okay, but and it's only because it's already like 45 minutes. He had such a good time. When can I come back? When hell freezes over, darling. That's tomorrow. I think also tomorrow. It's going to be. Is this right? I just finished listening to this. Not a recommend, right? And I think I've worked out what the problem was. I didn't. The monsters are shit, right? You have see how this color doesn't make sense. Like, why is Colin Baker in color and everybody else in sepia? Like, why? No reason, right? No reason. So we have the first story is very forgettable. What was it? It was the Third Doctor and Sarah Jane Smith with the Hawks of Balhoun, or the Mox of Balhoun's brother. Really, it's like a haunted house story with the little blue guy. It's mediocre at best, right? It was kind of like pulling teeth. Didn't really gel at all. Next one is the Trivia Who Knew Too Much, which is a set in Italy. So it's like it's the Fourth Doctor and Leela. It really should have been the Fourth Doctor and Romana, right? It had much more of that vibe to it. And who cares about Tivolians? It was just they're not good monsters, right? None of these are good monsters so far, right? So the third one is a confusing dream crab one with Colin Baker, when he's got this companion who you never met before. I'm like, oh, obviously she's not real or something. I mean, like, and it turned out they're all having in dream crab dreams in different places in the universe. It's all from her perspective or something. And you do get a little bit of Paul McGann in that one as well. It's just kind of confusing and annoying. And again, the dream crabs they're okay, but no, at least it's a monster, right? At least we've got a bloody monster. The first two weren't monsters. And the fourth one, dream crabs again. Again, more dream crabs. It was a Eighth Doctor Charlie story. They're always the delight. It feels like it just comes out of the recent Eighth Doctor and Charlie set. It didn't really feel like it fit in here at all. The dream crabs are so nondescript, right? So this is bit of a miss, really, bit of a miss. We're going to be this is going up today. I'm very behind, right? Because I also got to do the reviews of it as well. I love this FX shot, right? This is gorgeous. Oh, this is basically it's a dragon and another much bigger dragon flying over top, somewhat ominously. Also, I think on Saturday I'm going to put this out. It's going to be UK newspaper The Guardian gutters over the greatness of the Jodie Whittaker era of Doctor Who. But I was shit though. Yeah, you were, honey. Yeah, you were. You were shit, honey. Don't want to tell you. Wish it weren't so, but it is. You were indeed shit. Anyway, speaking of shit, is Chris Chibnall. Let's have a look at the chat. We've got a lot to get to. Oh, I wanted to also look at that as well. Fine. Wanted to say, get to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Also got to do plug something. Right. Okay. Just what I want to do. First, let's say hello to the chat. Jordan Lee is here. How you doing, sir? Thank you for joining us. Uncastle Karney and Castle Children. What did Karney actually say? Wait 1 second. Well, I want to, because people ask me in the comments, what did Kanye West say? Okay, anti-Semitism. But what did he say? Okay, fine. So Adidas cuts ties with him. But okay, like they cancelled what's the name for it as well. But what did he actually say? Hey, hello. Israeli president he's extremely pleased with Kanye West. Okay, fine. Let me try this. Kanye West anti-Semitism. What rappers said and how people have reacted. Fine. Here, let me share the screen. We will finally put this to rest. Okay, is Kanye guilty? Guilty. Okay, you're gonna get my take, my like, because I really don't know what it is. Right? You're gonna get my live take on this. Kanye West. Guilty. It's like, you know, the beginning of Superman. The 45-year-old who legally changed his name to Yee last year, okay, whatever, has seen a completed documentary about him shelved and him been dropped as talent agency. Yeah, he's been totally cancelled, right? But he was taken off his back before this. Kanye West has been widely condemned for his recent slew of anti-Semitic comments, but the rapper has previous form with me. Well, what were the comments? Okay, they're just repeating themselves. All right. Earlier this month, he tweeted, going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Fuck, that's not good, mate. What do you want me to tell her? I wanted to try and figure you out this. That's not a good thing. What? You just say, okay, on Jewish people. In capitals, before alleging he wasn't anti-Semitic because black people are actually okay. No, that doesn't help you, mate. No, you're talking about the hook-nosy ones, right? The Jewy ones. Like, we all know what you fucking mean. Okay, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone who opposes your agenda. Why are you calling it Jews? What the hell? Kanye. What the hell? Why do you think it's Jews? Man. It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Look, Kanye, seems like you're in the shit, mate. And you always seems to be a decent bloke to me. I tell you what, Kanye, get in contact. I'm a Jew, okay? Jewy Jew, right? And we can talk it out. We'll talk it out on my Jewy Jew channel. I'll listen. I don't even really know you, okay? That's the thing. I'm not starstruck by you. In fact, you should fucking pay me, frankly. Or give me a job, just anything, okay? But yeah, you can't pay me because it's not going to be an honest interview. Afterwards, you should pay me, okay, or something. Buy me a jet, okay? Buy me a apartment block in Manhattan. So just like a small token of thanks. Yeah, just one apartment block, in a swanky district in Manhattan. Just one of them, right? That I can sell for lots of money. That's all I'm asking. But anyway, all kidding aside, Kanye. If you want to come on my channel, you're more than welcome. Okay. It's only fair. I don't know. I don't think anybody should be cancelled. I am against cancel culture, right? If people want to buy his material, then buy his material. Fuck off. I don't need my honor saved by you not buying his, like, that's fuck off. Really? I mean, thank you, but fuck off. What, doesn't you feel bad for making all those shoes for the Nazis, do you? Like, what do you want out of me? Just fuck off. I don't know. Nobody should be cancelled. Stupid. Right? But if you want to come on my channel, we can talk it out. Everybody should dialogue, right? That's my thoughts on the matter. Look, obviously he's He's heard some dodgy stuff which he's believed. What can I tell you? Maybe they hang out with Woody Harrelson too much. Oh, it's a joke, Woody, mate. It's a joke. I was going to get to the chat. Jordan Lee is here. DC, you totally derailed me. DC, not as bad as Kanye. Okay, Kanye. But DC, Matt the Silent said, "How you doing, Matt the Silent? Can Dr. Who be saved? Only if I'm hired as showrunner." Listen, you might be right. I think I'm kind of happy with the combo they got going on right now. I gotta get a haircut. It's making me crazy. Oh God, I gotta get a haircut. Oh, it's getting urgent. Well, up to Mr. Declan Hyde is here. Mr. Guy. Darren M is here. Darren M, hello to you. Mr. Hello. Mark the Vicar is here. Action. Well, darling, I am very action orientated. What can I tell you? I come with go faster stripes. I don't go that much faster though. Eggy Thorpe, I've been replaced by an ex-doctor. That's Russell's return tells me I really did mess up right. Well, yes, you did, darling. Yes, you did. I don't really want to tell you. Rob Anyone is here. So glad Cosplay Doctor and Yaz are gone. Yeah, life is so much fucking better with them in the rearview mirror, isn't it? I guess, okay. I always said, I think we're heading to a Messianic age. Maybe it's peacefully. I mean, look how easily it changed in Doctor Who. Look how easily, like, James Gunn became in charge of DC. Like, it was just like, oh. And it just felt like, a weight was lifted off you. And I was like, oh. Okay, then. Right? It was just weird. Like, it was just weird. Right? I maybe it's just going to be like that. Maybe it's just, I thought by the end of this year, I might be completely wrong. Listen, who knows if the calendar's right? Who knows if I'm reading it right? I don't know. But it will be in a qualitatively different new world, right? But it seems like everything's lined up for that to happen somehow. I don't know how, but but imagine if it happened the way it happened in Doctor Who, and I just think it's over. It's really weird, but it's over. Including the toxic fans. Now they're just weirdos screaming about David Tennant. It's really weird. Like, okay then. Bye. So Rob, anybody, I do concur with you. Ethan Buckheimer is here, Keith Ump. Whizzing through the chat. You really should start on Jonah's most memorable line. No, I think that's I can't think of one either. That is true. If I can I find some way of deep faking it, say Ecky Thump. That would be hilarious. Flying or something. It's really bugging me. Philip Bogart is here. How you doing, Philip Bogart? Thank you for being here. Who else we got here? Okay, now moving faster. How far behind am I? 20 minutes behind. Emma's here. How you doing? What is your avatar? It looks like a kitty cat. It looks like a big kitty cat with another little kitty cat on top of it. I like cats. I like my cat Ninja. All right, my cat Ninja is very small. Like, we rescued him from death. Although he's a smart little cat, right? He just came and made friends with us. So he survived. Monka Magnesia is here. How you doing, Monka Magnesia? Thank you for joining us. What else we got here? All right, let me just block the sex chat line. Block user. I'm glad that an error occurred. Really? Maybe someone else blocked them already. One can only hope. No. I don't want to really. No, I didn't want to do that. That was not good. Can we try and block user again? Really? Let's see if that works this time. No. Try. I'm not going to refresh the bloody page. I guess a mod put him, got rid of him, right? One can only hope. Well, it's gone quiet, so there's no more bot there anyway. Fish fingers and custard. Does the doctor also like salmon and whipped cream? Oh, it's actually herring in a cream sauce. Very, very good. Cream mustard. Oh, now you get me excited, baby. Now you get me excited. What is Shooting 13? Well, basically, I think that's the way. I think that's the way you're going to be able to do it in your head canon. I don't know how he's going to arrange it, right? I've already got it in my head that this is a regeneration. If this is a regeneration somehow hijacked by whatever it is, the toy maker, something implanted on him, which would explain him wearing clothes. Yeah, his clothes. Yeah, being it feels like something was implanted on top of this regeneration. You could say the only way to do that was the entire Jodie Whittaker era was a alternate reality created by whatever the same entity to weaken the Doctor enough to be able to do that. Right, I mean, like, and it's like that. And here's the thing: you're not going to be seeing like groups of them anymore, right? You're not going to be seeing like the Sixth Doctor. There's too many now, right? That is anyway the excuse I think that Russell's going to use. Like we're just not going to be seeing that many big pictures of all of them anymore. Somebody told me, by the way, Paul McGann I saw this online. Paul McGann in the Power of the Doctor. Which has, I'm saying, not as many, a lot of good bits to it. I just think it did. I like the Guardians of the Edge. Again, it was nice to see something very heavily influenced by the Virginia Adventures being made real. Right? It was nice to see that. I thought I'd turn my camera off. Right? That's what I normally do when I stand up. Oh, so much better. Right? What was I saying? It was so it was nice to see that, right? I quite like that. What else? I like the Rasputin song. I thought that was good. I thought the Master's plan was good. I thought a lot of lines were good, calling it the Master's Dalek plan. I thought that was pretty good. There was a few that Jodie was awful, but they minimized her. Mandip was awful, but they minimized her. John Bishop got out as soon as he bloody could. I don't blame him. Do not blame him. You blocked the bot. Thank you very much. I thought the Rabbi would like the power of the timeless child compels you. No, timeless child doesn't really compel anything. Did I miss anyone? My headcanon says that Jodie Whittaker is a parallel universe and she's 30. Basically. Although, here, what was this thing? I saw on Noel's Twitter feed. 1 second. Was it Tyler Zone? No, Noel's Zone. Right? It just came up. What was it? He tweeted this incredible back and forth with Russell T. Davies, like from Russell Davies' Instagram. Where was it? It was really funny. Although he uses Twitter a lot, right? So that's just like, wow, it's going to take me a while to go back and find it. Oh, we got to watch the videos, right? The reaction of people like yelling that that 30 is being erased. Well, she is, right? She is, but it's for a reason, right? It's for a reason that she was very bad. Where was it? Oh man, there's so much of this stuff. So apparently, as I said, Paul McGann, it was only his head. His body was a stand-in. Which I think it would make sense. He was weirdly static. Where did he put it? I'll say maybe it's in his tweets and replies. It was just like Russell Davies gave this whole long. This guy gave this whole long, and then because of this, because of that, because of this, because this and that, and then it's and Russell Davies just says no. Shooty's the 15th, right? Russell Davies is calling Shooty the 15th right now. So 1 second, no, not there. Hang on. Back, Doctor, back, Sutek. No. People who identify as gamers. It's always fascinating going through somebody's Twitter feed. No, not there. No. Okay, I can't find it. I'm going to give up. All right, it was this thing from Russell Davies' Instagram. where someone was giving this whole long description of why it's really this 14th Doctor or the 12th. I can't even remember why, right? There's this whole long thing, and Russell Dave just comments, no. Which I thought was very, very funny. Fine, let's have a look at stuff. Go to video file. Actually, I've got a few fun things. Maybe we'll intersperse them. What should we do first? We'll do this because it's quick. Because it's quick and really funny. Did that fish just hump that woman? Because she seemed to really like it. I thought it was just waggling its little tail. But no. Well, I'm glad he washed her off. Well, that was disturbing. I thought it was just waggling its little tail. No. That was just that turned that got dark really quickly. Yeah, be worried about feeding the dolphins, kids. Right? Be worried. What we're gonna do? Fine. Let's look at. Yeah, let's watch this thing of the Doctor Who press conference. Now the sound of it isn't great, but again, it goes on for about.
And I really want to just say thank you on behalf of our amazing colleagues at Disney Plus and our esteemed partners from the BBC for being here with us today. So welcome. Really excited about.
But that branding is really like front and center, right? In this announcement says it's not going anywhere. This is the Ncuti Gatwa branding, right? This is the branding for a conceivable future. I think until Ncuti regenerates is my guess. Maybe even beyond, right? This is really locked in place now. Yeah, unless they change it tomorrow. But it looks like it's really, really locked in place.
Today, so as you know, we made our announcement that Disney Branded Television and the BBC have come together to bring the next Doctor Who to Disney Plus and to a new generation of fans all over the world. Doctor Who is so great for our brand because it's filled with so many qualities that are so near and dear to our heart. Qualities like imagination, wonder, and adventure.
Okay, don't put me off Doctor Who, darling. Okay, don't put me off Doctor Who with your corporate mumbo jumbo. Okay, the New York can only ride your Paw Patrol, dude. If you didn't grow up with the original, that's like the Doctor Who logo, right? Okay, let's listen to some more corporate speakers. If I get to a point where I'm going to vomit, I'll let you know.
And Doctor Who has really lived with fans around the world, and some of which have grown up with them, including myself.
Yeah, of course you're a Doctor Who fan, darling. I totally believe you. That's so normal for people in the corporate system.
I remember a time around 10, 11, where I watched Doctor Who, and I got excited about the adventures that the Doctor would go on. I wanted to be in the TARDIS with the Doctor, the Time Lord, as I might say, going on all those epic adventures around the world.
No, how old are you? Like 30, 35? 25 years ago, it wasn't on. I think you're fibbing. I don't think you watch Doctor Who. I think I think your nose might be growing. You shouldn't be fibbing. Fibbing's naughty.
And so we're really pleased to have this show land on Disney Plus with our partners. And as you guys can all imagine, we went to go visit the set over the summer, and seeing the level of attention and care that everyone from the BBC takes with ensuring that this unique and
I believe that's true with the Russell Davies years, right? I think in the Chris Chibnall years, people just stopped giving a crap. Although, to be fair, I think the production design was generally speaking very strong, right? It had a very good, had a core identity.
franchise stays fresh and relevant through its storytelling, through its sets, through the worlds that they're building was so heartfelt and heartwarming for me, and I was very excited about that. And we have no one to thank but the BBC and our helm leader, Russell T. Davies, who is taking this vision to the next level. So we're really excited about that.
I really want to know what that means, taking it to the next level, right? I think we have a Doctor Who hub, right? It's going to be one of those tiles on Disney Plus, and there's going to be lots of shows. I hope it's going to have the whole archive, right, at your fingertips, right? Doesn't mean Doctor Who will only be on BBC One. Yes, no, Doctor Who is on the BBC in the UK, but they're only in the UK. So if you're in Australia, for example, you're not going to get it on ABC anymore, which there's lots of wailing and gnashing teeth on. 1 second, just replying to somebody. Fine, let's go.
I know that we're going to chat in a bit at lunch. So before doing so, I want to hand it over to some people to share a few words, starting with Elisa Bowen, our president of Disney Plus. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Io, and thank you to the incredible Disney television brand.
I have to tell you, yeah, I'm all for egalitarianism in the workplace, right? Might have something to do with everything being so demasculinized, right? I don't think they're going to be able to do much with Doctor Who. I think Russell T. Davies is the has complete creative control.
Television team. They have such an incredible track record of building hits and bringing fantastic content to Disney Plus, and the Doctor Who franchise could not be in better hands. I've been with Disney Plus since day one, since we launched in market one.
I like their franchise. Okay, there's more coming. I hope we're going to get animation. Oh, I mean, basically, Russell's just got a blank check, and like this, they need content. If it honestly, why are there so many shit episodes of Discovery? Because content, they need it's volume. I think we're going to get a lot of stuff, but I think Russell's in complete control. So, okay, let's say you get the complete classic, you get the complete catalog, plus all the extras, plus all the confidentials, right? I think plus all the extras from the Blu-rays. I think that's going to be cool in of itself. But then you're going to need a bunch of shows, right? I really hope we get animation like Doctor Who Infinity, right? We get like animated First Doctor. I get Stephen Noonan or Dave Bradley to the voice. Right, I'd love them to do like recreations of classic stories. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like a Marco Polo. I mean, they really could do that, right? They really could do that. It just takes imagination, and Russell's got that, and he also got a good eye. He knows when to say no to things as well, right? There was a special they had budgeted, and they were going to do called Rose Tyler Earth Defense, which was Rose on the Alternate Earth. It was sometime between season 2 and 3, right? And he didn't want to saturate it, right? He thought it was too much. It was sometime around there, right? So he knows when to say no to things. But he's going to be the Kevin Feige of the Doctor Who universe. I think he's going to do pretty well from it.
We're almost ready to launch our 155th market around the world with Disney Plus. So when I first learned of the opportunity to bring Doctor Who to Disney Plus, I thought, what a great match. As Io said, these
I never thought that at all. That's it. Why?
are exactly the kind of stories that we aim to tell on Disney Plus. Stories that are adored by fans and critics alike. Stories that are for all ages, and stories that transport fans into magical worlds with captivating characters and amazing villains. And Doctor Who has all of that.
So basically you're saying, as a captive fan base, they'll pay for shit, right? Yeah. It's a captive fan base that'll pay for shit and likes the shit and will pay for the shit, right? We will pay you for shit. That's a good idea. Yeah, it works out well because we make shit. Okay, how about this? I got a plan. Why don't we make shit for your Doctor Who shit, right? And that way you can pay us. Okay. Is everybody going to be gay in it? Probably. No. See, I trust Russell T Davies. Okay, he's woke as fuck. So's James Gunn. Woke as fuck. Peacemaker's very good. You know, I try. Yes, they're all woke as fuck, right? They're all woke as fuck. But yeah, honestly, this trend's been going on for about 5 to 7 years now. It's old. It's like edgy to be right wing now, right? It's really, you're really on the tipping point. But like, honestly, fine. Okay, you set up this system that I can get Doctor Who instantly throughout the world. Honestly, this is exactly what they wanted to do with Star Trek, right? This is 100% what they want to do with Star Trek, and they failed, right? But that's why they keep making so much content, so they can do this, right? So they can do this.
And universal appeal. With Ncuti joining as the next Doctor Who and an incredible new cast, we're super excited that we'll be able to bring this beloved franchise to a whole new audience around the world. Disney Plus makes hits. Io and her incredible team have a price.
Actually, you normally make shit. Let's be fair. You normally take hits and make them into shit. Okay. Yeah, that's more what it's like.
Track record of doing exactly that. So if there's anybody on the planet who hasn't yet heard of Doctor Who, I can assure you on both of our behalf, we'll be working very hard to make sure that doesn't last long at all. Thank you all for joining us today as we celebrate this iconic series finding its new home on Disney+.
I mean, it's really a feeling that it's a step up, isn't it? I mean, for me, I think it's really a feeling that it is like the franchise is really genuinely has growing into like this mega brand, right? They're positioning it to be the this is what they want to take over, I guess, from Marvel and DC, which are waning brands. This is a whole new brand, right? And yeah, I mean, it's got a very broad appeal, right? You could do things for young kids with it. Russell T Davies basically did that. He had a children's show, he had the main show, and he had an adult show. He had Torchwood, he had Doctor Who, and he had Sarah Jane Adventures, right? And then at the same time, he had K9 going as well. You know, the strength of the brand, right? I mean, the innate flexibility of the brand, matched with Russell T Davies's track record. This is a great thing for the money men, and this is a great thing for crazy. I really think this is good news, right? You got to wade through the corporate speak to find out what's really going on, and what's really going on is very exciting.
And now it's my very great pleasure to welcome to the podium Lindsay Salt, Director of Drama at BBC.
So I'll start with a little history lesson. In 1963, the BBC launched a drama centred around an alien Time Lord with two hearts as he journeyed across the galaxy.
Okay, I've got a moth in my room. I just saw it go somewhere. Is it by my computer now? And like 1963, darling, you look like you're 23. God, I hope you had your assistant write this. Okay, carry on.
On adventures through time and space. It was quintessentially British, and yet it captured the hearts and minds of audiences across the globe.
Okay, what's this for? I mean, this is a very unprofessionally produced thing. This looks like a dinner, right? But it's a bunch of people fakely talking about Doctor Who. What they're saying is correct, right? What they're saying is indeed correct. But it's like none of them give a shit about Doctor Who, right? We can see that. So who's this for? Why are you all pretending to each other you like Doctor Who? It's weird.
I think it's fair to say there are not many television dramas that can say they've been running for nearly 60 years yet remains so essentially young at heart. Now, as our Doctor regenerates and the galaxy expands, so does our ambition for this very large show.
Right. Ambition. Okay? These are the words you need to zoom in on. Ambition. This is the roadmap for the future.
Anyone that knows Russell T Davies knows that his passion for Doctor Who is totally unrivaled. With his mighty return to the franchise, and as our two global media giants, the BBC and Disney Plus, come together.
Yes, two completely equal media giants, Disney Plus and the BBC. Really, darling? Really? Okay, you are Disney's prison bitch. Okay, you should be grateful for being that. Yes, these two completely compatible media giants. I mean, BBC does put out a lot of stuff, in all fairness. But I do like on this logo animation they have going on in the background, how the Who is like, there's lighting going on separately for that. It's very cool.
Doctor Who is now set to expand on an extraordinary scale.
There you go. That's the words you got to listen for.
We will create a global franchise that matches Russell's astonishing creative vision with the ambition that it really deserves. I, for one, am just ludicrously excited. Whilst the unique DNA of our beloved Doctor Who will never change, this partnership allows us to take the TARDIS to new heights. We can dazzle our incredibly loyal fan base who have always loved the show, as well as grow new audiences across the world.
Oh my God, this is going to be huge. They want to make this into Marvel, right? This is really going to be.
So, as we stand here today with our 15th Doctor, played by the one and only Ncuti, we are thrilled to welcome Disney Plus as our new companion on this fantastic.
Yeah, he's being definitely referred to as the 15th Doctor right now. So it just seems unwieldy to me to call him that. But okay. 1 second, where am I?
New adventure. And as a little treat, we've got a little teaser to share with you all. Thank you.
Whoa. I guess that's what we've seen already. Is that what's the name? Hot and Milfy. What do I call him again? Jane Franta and I don't know, Hot and Milfy. That's my nickname for them because they both look very indeed hot and milfy. Oh, 1 second. Fine. Well, we go back to you.
Amazing journey, and I want to echo what our partners at Disney have said already. You know, we are so excited to be working together.
Okay, that's not Jane Tranter.
Thank you for all the tremendous work that brought.
Like, why are these all chicks? I mean, God bless you. Why are these all chicks?
To this moment that we can finally share this news with you. The BBC and Disney really are no strangers to iconic brand-led franchises, and we share a really rich tradition of bringing some of the world's most cherished characters to audiences around the world.
Oh my God. Stale dialogue delivered stalely. Like, I don't. Who is this for? Again, who is this weird amateur theatre for? It's very strange. It is. It's like this weird amateur theatre.
Together with this partnership, we'll take one of the world's most beloved series to new heights, new audiences, and give legions of loyal fans the very best show imaginable, as you've gotten a glimpse of. We have big ambitions for this new era of the series and are making a premium production investment behind it to grow this treasured cultural phenomenon and preserving the show's very unique DNA. The quintessentially
Okay, those two things she just said are key and it's fantastic, right? They're putting shit tons of money into the universe, into the franchise, and retaining its DNA, right? This is the difference between this and the Star Trek universe, which is why the Star Trek thing has failed, is because Russell T Davies. Bottom line, Russell T Davies. He knows and understands Doctor Who. He wants to be a successful Alex Kurtzman.
This show will continue to amaze and engage audiences.
It's going to be more than Alex Kurtzman because he's going to take a show that's on its knees. Like a franchise doing it was a minor franchise, right? It was always a lesser franchise of Star Trek and Star Wars and Marvel. It was always a lesser franchise, but it was a plucky little lesser, right? And it's going to take it into they're talking about turning this into A-list. It's not instant. It's going to be over a few years. I think this is bad. I've been hearing rumors about Big Finish, by the way. I think this is bad news on Big Finish. Might be good news for people who work at Big Finish. Like they may be, there may be a new company structure, but this is bad news for Big Finish. Right? They're too small, which is a rumor that I've been hearing. Right? They need a global. I mean, they could still be a content provider, but they need a global distribution system. So the one the rumor I heard is, and I'll go into this on Saturday night more. I'll read through the information I got. Right, and which I don't know if it's true or not. Right, but they're going to restrict access to characters until there's really not much to work with, and then offer to buy the license. Right, that didn't seem to be like how Rusty Davis would work, but. I think there's bad news for Big Finish. I think they're too small.
As it has for decades around the world. Doctor Who has been an international hit since its early days. First in New Zealand, where it was the first country to see it outside the UK.
I mean, if Russell's smart, he'll set up an audio department, right, and head it by Nick Briggs, right? Yeah, I mean, honestly, he is the person to head that department. I hope that happens. And come on, Russell, give Nick a script, right, for Doctor Who. He's earned it.
It has since premiered in over 200 territories, and the global fandom is vast, and the connection to the show runs deep.
Yeah, but we don't understand any of that shit, okay? We just know we can monetize it.
So much so that the Doctor has over 10 million fans across social channels and 100 million video views across YouTube. We are so...
Which I'm adding to, darling. You're welcome. You're welcome. I just helped you out.
So thrilled to join forces with Disney and take Doctor Who to the next level. I want to personally welcome Shooty and Disney to the Doctor Who family.
I hope we see a bit of Shooty.
Family, and want to celebrate this bright future around this iconic franchise. Thank you, everyone, so much.
All right, Lindsay and Rebecca, thank you so much. I also want to give a huge shout out and thank you to Charlotte Moore, who could not be here with us today. She's been a trusted partner to us, and we're super excited about going on this journey with all of you. So I have the pleasure of introducing Shooty.
Whoa, we're going to
to
be
talk
on
to us. Just for a little if not, you'll do so at lunch. So, all right, Shooty. You guys heard me say that I'm a fan of Doctor Who, and I was sharing that it was Doctor Who and the original Godzillas for me when I watched them when I was little, and Tom Baker was who I grew up on. Yeah. And when you walked in the room, my mind immediately went to that. Yes! Sure. Yes. So I was really excited. Anyway, this is such an iconic character, and I just want to.
Look. I'm too old for this fashion. It looks stupid to me, okay? I said this before. I like that I'm a little bit old for it. Like, why can't the scarf be on both sides? It's irritating me.
Hear from you.
And don't your bloody shirt.
How do you feel about playing such a role, right, that transcends through time?
Oh, I hate it. I hate the role. Really? What's he going to say?
I feel amazing. I get silence. Like I literally, my mouth gets paralyzed every time I think about the concept of playing this role because of what it means to the fans, to everyone that watches it, but also just as a show. As you said, its roots are so deep within British culture.
Okay, one second. I'm reading into things, right? I'm reading into things. I want this to be good, and I want to like him, and I want him to be good, right? So I'm admitting I'm reading into things. But I love, how expressive he is with his body, with his hands, with his fingers, right? I think that's going to be part of the performance, right? I think he's going to be a very physical doctor. I like his smile. His smile lights up a room. He has a Tom Baker smile, right? Man, I hope he's not shit, right? A black doctor would suit Disney. Exactly, right? Russell's getting all the right things to get unlimited funds, right? Okay. If the price of having this awesome Doctor Who channel, which it seems like we're going to get the bloody flight, which it seems like we're going to have, like this awesome Doctor is having a black Doctor who has, and it looks like he's going to be awesome, right? Okay, bloody hell, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
That as a Rwandan immigrant to the country, it feels just really powerful. And
you're saying all the right things to Disney. I just hope you don't mean this shit.
I feel so grateful to have the role. And
good, I like that. Feel grateful.
Not only for you, but for your family too.
For my family, and for people of color, for marginalized people that.
Okay, everything. You're saying everything Disney wants to hear. Just don't be shit. Really? At this point, it's just a case of not being shit. Can you not be shit? Shooty, can you do that for us, mate? Can you do that? Can you not? Because Jodie Whittaker was shit, okay? I don't get to think, bloody hell. Jodie Whittaker was shit, okay? Can you not be shit? I think you can do it. But oh man, this corporate speak, don't pay it no heed.
That really gravitate towards the show because it's about friendship and it's about adventure and it's about union and unity, and also the Doctor can regenerate into anything. So the possibilities are endless, and the fact that notion is going out to lots of people, that possibilities are endless, I think is just really beautiful. And so I'm happy.
Thank you. I mean, you hit it on the nose.
Yes, here, take another bag of money. Ooh, what's that? Oh, that's a truck full of diamonds and gold. We're backing up into Russell D. Davis's front row now. Ooh. Talk about how black you are again. Oh yeah, sure, we can do that.
We talk about universal themes all the time, and I think that's what Dr. Who provides.
I mean, universal, apart from Republicans.
For all of us. So, one more question. I know you can't say a lot, but are there any little nuggets that you can share with us before we head off to lunch?
I can share that I have seen inside my TARDIS. It is very nice in there. I've done it lovely. It's very, very nice. Other than that, no, I don't want any facts. I've just got the job.
Teaser to go on. So there you go.
Exactly.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. So everyone, please, I want you to enjoy your lunches and look forward to speaking to you all. Thanks.
Okay. Well, that was reasonably excruciating. Was it worse than being humped by a dolphin? If you don't know what that means, you have to see the whole show. Was she humped by the dolphin? It looked like she was. It was okay. Fine. Again. That's the whole show. So, interesting. They say we are giving this unlimited fucking money. Is basically what they're saying, right? So let's have a better look at Shooty from a publicity point of view, right? That wasn't really that was like corporate theater. Really what it was. This is him talking to the public.
Is that right? That's global news these days, isn't it?
I am, yeah. From a 17-year-old to a 900-year-old. It's quite a range.
But explain Doctor Who to those who don't know in America.
Yes, Doctor Who.
I want to see him do the dramatic stuff, right? I know he can do it, right? I know he can totally do it. Can I block this thing? I know he can do the dramatic stuff, but I want to see that he can do it. If there's a mod that can block the bot, I just tried, but it's not letting me, which means one of you probably already did it. But that's the only thing missing right now. He's got the charm. He's got the comfort. He's got the uniqueness to him, right? Again, I think he's very physical, right? Ryan and Kelly. Okay, it's Regis and Kathy Lee, version 17.4. Okay, the template is, and I haven't even seen the woman yet. The template is very fit, bangable older woman, about 10 years too old, but you would anyway, and guy. So that's what we say. We see them.
Who is a British institution, really. It's a show that follows an alien time lord that travels through time and space in a police box, a blue police box called the TARDIS. And he usually has like a human companion. And he can regenerate, they can regenerate into any new
I had to use a corporate speak, but they can regenerate. Yeah, we understand.
Body. Whenever they're fatally injured. So it's a very exciting show. It's got a lot of possibilities and it can go
I get no beat off this, what he's going to be like at all.
Anywhere. But yeah, it feels very exciting to have that baton handed over to me because there's been...
I mean, at least with David Tennant, right? I had a feeling that David Tennant was going to be the Doctor, so I watched Casanova, right? And you got a good idea what he's going to do with the Doctor. You got a good feeling with it. I got no clue.
Incredible actors that have played.
What did your mom say? I mean, I'm assuming.
See, perfect template. Hot woman, still very fit, about 10 years too old, but you would anyway, whoever she is, Kelly, and Ryan, bloke, right? That's the template.
It's like the biggest deal.
She freaked out.
Right.
She freaked out, Kelly, because it's such a British institution, and as you know, as an immigrant family coming over to the UK, I think it meant a lot for them to see me in that role. And so, yeah, she just freaked out. It was the first job where she was like, "Oh, you're actually an actor."
Even what, like,
this isn't a
not
phase.
even sex.
Well, that's good to know. You finally got some street cred.
Even sex ed. What is that? Netflix?
Sex education,
Netflix?
and then and then.
But and this now is not just going to be in the UK. It is going to be around the world.
It's going to be around the world. Yeah. This is like a very historic partnership with the BBC and Disney Plus. Thank you, Disney Plus, for having us.
Will it evolve because it's in different places now?
Hopefully, yes. Yeah. It's now accessible to the world. Can now access it through Disney Plus. But at home, back at home, nothing changes. It's still
it's still classic Doctor Who.
Still classic Doctor Who, but it's now really accessible to the whole world, which is
you're perfect for the role.
Thank you. Hopefully.
No, you are. You are perfect for
I
the role.
I hope he is. Look, mate. Just don't fuck it up. That's all I'm saying. Just don't fuck it up. Oh, that's really the bottom line. Just don't fuck it up. We're all here for you. Like really, just don't fuck it up. I don't know how to say this any more clearly. Just don't fuck it up. Right? Don't fuck it up. Oh. And I don't think you will, right? I don't think you will because I think you've got good talent behind you. Good talent is everything, which makes my next story something I'm very excited about. We're going to talk a bit more about Chris Chibnall in a minute. But here's a new trailer for the Guardians of the Galaxy Christmas special. And I love holiday special, so I'm excited. I like Guardians of the Galaxy, and I like James Gunn. So this will be the last thing. Is he doing a Guardians of the Galaxy 3? I'm not even sure he is he? Right, hang on. Let me have a look. Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Is there one? They're already. Oh, see, there is one. This is coming out May, so that'll be his last thing, right? With them, right? But again, he's got clout to do whatever he wants. But his television work's been great. So let's have a look at this. Okay, I love Christmas specials. I don't mind. I am a real sucker for that. Like Chris Pratt as well. I like Guardians of the Galaxy.
I just saw on the calendar that right now on Earth, it's almost Christmas time.
We don't have time for trivialities.
Give me a Karen Gillan. You know what? She needs to be bigger. She's a great freaking actress. She really is. Right. You know, they were talking about rebooting Pirates with her. I think that would have been a really good idea. I think that really would have worked well.
Christmas.
But Peter's so sad about Gamora being gone. Maybe if we go to Earth for...
See, I can't remember Gamora being gone. Or what was that about? I don't really care.
Really wonderful Christmas gift. It would make him happy. Something special he will never forget.
I like this. Okay, again, Disney, yes, they're evil. But I think they've created a worldwide global entertainment network that was very convenient, right? And again, if you put a Doctor Who on it, and it's not just going to be real Doctor Who, and I just get the feeling the floodgates are bursting, right? It's all turning, man. It's all turning around, right? I mean, look at the midterms in America. I don't look at these things individually. I look at everything as a continuum on the same. Yeah, we're all floating on the same tides, right? And I think that's the direction the tide's going right now. Right, the tide is going in a direction where things are turning around, right? Things are turning around. How much? How soon? I don't know. But it's exciting for me that things are turning around because I think we've lived in pure evil. And the reason, again, my Spidey said, although I don't know what's going to happen with the midterms, right? Because it feels like to me the Democrats have already given up, right? They've given up the fight at the election box there. So I think they must be getting ready for to challenge every election and make all the wins uncertifiable, right? I think they're already on that part of the battle because they know. The election box, your ballot box is lost. That's lost. But that's not where things are won and lost. But I think the tide's turning, man. I think the tide's turning. Where it's turning to, I don't know.
What about someone special?
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
We're looking for the legendary Kevin Bacon.
I just said that, Drax.
But your voice is small and mousy. I think maybe he didn't hear you. You're coming with us as a Christmas present.
Yeah, I'm 100% on board, right? I'm 100% on board. I don't care how much of a douchebag all these people are on Twitter. I don't care. I am 100% on board. This looks like it's fun, and I want to have fucking fun, right? We all want to have a bit of fun. And this looks like it's going to be fun.
I'm Groot.
Yeah, I'm down for that. I am down for that. That looks like it's going to be fun. Right? That's going to be fun. So you know what was fun? This is a nice little segue. This is what it was like working at Twitter, right? Where they all freaked out when the Elon Musk took over. He said, everyone's going to be working 40 hours a week in the office. They're like, this is what it's like working at Twitter. Wait, this is why they're going to fire 75% of the people.
Day in my life as a Twitter employee. So this past week went to SF for the first time at a Twitter office, badged in. Honestly, took a moment to just soak everything in. What a blessing. Also started my morning off with an iced matcha from the perch. Then I had a meeting, so quickly scheduled one of these little pod rooms, which were so cool. They're literally noise canceling. Took my meeting, got ready for lunch. Look how delicious this food looks. Oh my goodness, I was so overwhelmed. Then made my way down to this log.
It looks like they're spending too much money on their employees to me.
Cabin area. I don't know what this is, but it was really cool. Played some foosball with my friends to kind of unwind a bit. Also found this really cool meditation room that I thought was super neat. I didn't do any yoga, but they have this yoga room if you are a yogi.
Yeah, they have too much money is what they have.
So also thought that was really cool. Had a couple more meetings in the afternoon, had a ton of projects that we needed to knock out. Say hi to my teammates. Went to the library to kind of get some more work done. Obviously had to have our afternoon coffee, so made some espresso. And then before leaving for the day, had some red wine that's on tap. Went up to the rooftop and just honestly enjoyed the beautiful...
Yeah. You have too much money. That's why you're an asshole. Okay? That's why Twitter's terrible, because it's run by assholes. Elon Musk coming, and you're all fucked.
Weather. So awesome trip.
Elon Musk is coming, you're all fucked, and the pod is over. The sands are shifting. The tide is turning, baby. He said, I mean, again, I don't think anything's disconnected. I really don't. I think everything really is connected. I think this, Doctor Who, DC Studios, the elections, everything. Twitter, the tides are turning, baby. Look, you gotta hope. You gotta hope. Fine. Let's look at what was I gonna look at? Do this article. Fine, 1 second. What else we got here? Oh, this is a good one. Yeah, this is one I wanted to get to. This is just one of the many articles savaging. I hear this thing rattling around back there. Where the hell is that thing? Okay, 1 second. Oh, this is really freaking me out. I gotta find that thing. 1 second. So we do share screen. And we're going to read this article. Russell Davis fix what Christian will broke in Doctor Who. Dude, you were sucking his dick like nothing, like no business the last few years. Hey, 1 second. I'm trying. Oh, there it is. Oh, man. This thing is huge. How the fuck am I going to kill that? Let me try this spray. No, that's just annoying it. Oh, man. What the hell? I have no how to kill this thing. Try more of this spray. Yeah, that seems to be doing the trick. I think he's dead. I think I killed him. That thing's huge. Well, at least I found out what it was. Woo! Man. It's like the size of a small bird. It's a moth. Wow. Wow, it dwarfs the butterfly. That thing is freaking huge. That's insane, mate. Fine. Let's look. Oh, man. Let's praise. Oh, no, it's still alive. Okay, well, just die slowly then, quietly. I'll find something else to spray it with soon. Fine. Let's read this article. Karney Davis speaks with Christian Broken. So what are you admitting to now? Isabel Lewis. Oh, God, these people. They're also two-faced. Right? They're also freaking two-faced. It's unbelievable. How can I make this? There you go. That's better. Jodie Whittaker's stint as Doctor Who was dogged by underwhelming scripts and tacking audience figures, and because she was miscast. Isabel Lewis asked if Rusty David can bring the show back to its glory years. Yeah! Well, it sounds like you're doing it big time. Try later. There you go. Will Rusty Davis be the saviour for Doctor Who, with Jodie Whittaker's stint as a two-hearted Time Lord having come to a close? Banana, hey, goodbye. The BBC surely hope so. Yes, man. This deal with Disney, I didn't realize how big it was. That they're really investing in this. So Sony are the content creators, right? Because they own Bad Wolf. And then Disney are the content distributors. This is big, right? This is really big. This is a big boy shit. Her casting came with so much promise, but Whittaker leaves the show with dwindling figures, lost fans, and an overarching sense that showrunner really did her dirty. Not really. This is what they all wanted. This is what the BBC wanted. This is what Jodie Whittaker wanted. They all wanted this, right? They all wanted this. So I'm sorry. You're all to blame. So why not bring back Davis, the man responsible for reviving the show in 2005 at the point when Doctor Who desperately needs a reset? Well, again, I think I don't know the story of him coming back, and I can't wait to find it out. One day we'll know because Russell likes to talk. Okay, one day we'll know. And he'll probably just talk about it on a production notes. Oh, I can't wait! There's going to be back this month in Doctor Who magazine. It's going to be a de-Joded issue. There's going to be the new logo. Oh, we're what? 2 weeks out? Oh, I can't wait, mate. I can't wait. Already looks like the plan might not be working. It might be working. It is working. It absolutely is working. Right? So why not bring back Davis, the man responsible for reviving the Vibe at the point when Doctor Who desperately needed a reset? Already it looks like it might be working. David marks his return during Sunday's episode with a major surprise. Well, not to anybody who knows anything about Doctor Who. David Tennant will be returning as the Doctor for 3 episodes before Ncuti Gatwa takes the reins. For the first time in a long while, people are actually talking about the show again. Yes, exactly. The more cynical amongst us might see Davis as hiring as an attempt to cash in on nostalgia and recapture the show's former magic. To a certain extent, yes, but not 100%. At the peak of the Tennant era, more than 10 million viewers were tuning in every week. That's very true. In comparison to this year's special, clawed together an average viewers of 2.62 million, with just 3.7 million watching Whittaker's Regeneration. Yeah, pitiful. It was actually 4.04. But watching the Regeneration, but the show was 3.7, right? Well, Davis isn't a writer stuck in the past as the international success of his forward-thinking show years and years. Sorry about that, Russell. And It's a Sim have shown his ideas are original and have continually started conversation. That's true. That is true. While his scripts are warm, inclusive, without feeling preachy, that's also true. In short, he's exactly what the show needs right now. Exactly, I agree with you, and he understands Doctor Who. That's not to say it's going to be an easy job. After all, the Doctor Who that Davis will inherit comes with a pretty bruised reputation. In 2017, there was excitement when Whittaker will pick up the sonic screwdriver from Capaldi, with Broad Church writer Chris Chibnall joining as the showrunner. But under Chibnall's reign, Doctor Who swerved between utterly forgettable and memorable for all the wrong reasons. Individual episodes were dragged down by exposition and cliches, while broadest, oh man, this is such karma for Pip and Jane Baker. Man, it just is. While the broader story arcs are impossible to keep track of. In its worst moments, nearly 60 years of Doctor Who canon was trampled over. And if you hadn't already given up on it, the last series titled Flux, the self-contained run of episode, bafflingly inconsequential, was it? A self-contained run of both bafflingly and inconsequential was shorter. Okay, this guy is ripping it. I mean, like, again, he's like, finally, I can speak. After all these years, I can speak. But perhaps the biggest crime of criminal was to dampen Whittaker's shine. Whittaker has a role to play in that too, I'm afraid. Right? Whittaker's shine. With her Doctor was overly serious and introspective, not given room to play in the room of pre-rehearsals. Again, she can't do it. I went to a recent screening of the finale and the Q&A. Whittaker giggled and dropped the odd F-bomb and exhibited charm that had been noticeably missing from the show itself. None of that sounded charming to me, right? When she spoke, I couldn't help keep my eyes off the ever-present actor. Yet I struggled to keep my eyes from glazing over. Well, you know, that's the Tribble's Doctor Who for you. I think great is like now you can finally tell the truth. I mean, really. What Davis can bring to the show, at least for now, is a reset. It was disappointing to not see Whittaker regenerate into Gatwa, given the thrill of his casting, but casting generator. But Tennant's return feels necessary for Doctor Who for a lot of viewers. He is the Doctor. In a nostalgia-heavy culture, an actor already loved by the public, combined with a writer we know gives good Who, will be a safe bet to win viewers' hearts back in. Already has done with the logo, mate. Right? Tennant will only appear in 3 episodes next year. His much-loved companion Donna Noble, played by Catherine Tate, is also back. There's clearly a hope that a step back will allow the show move forward. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. You can already see the impact. Social media is a buzz with Doctor Who chat. It's so true. And again, the toxic fans are gone. They're like nobody. They're just like irrelevant, right? Well, friends have told me they plan to tune in again for the first time in a decade. You know, I totally hear it. It's been about a decade that common purpose have been in control. Because that's the thing. You can't shake from Doctor Who the inordinate amount of goodwill people have to it. That's true. Parents hid behind their sofas watching the show in the 60s and 70s, pass it on to their kids in the noughties, and they have the same desire for the next generation. It's a piece of British history. We feel the pain of Doctor Who being bad so strongly because we want it to be good. Please, for the sake of all of the Whovians, let it be good. Yeah, you know what? So say all of us. And so say all of us. Totally. I agree with you. Look at that. Look at that. Maybe the first time me and Isabel Lewis agreed on anything. But very good. Again, tides are turning, baby. Tides are turning. Yeah, let me take that off my to-read list, right? Because I forget what I've done. What was it? YouTube Arts weighs in on CD Project's woke ES. I have no idea. No clue what it's talking about. Lucasfilm and Walt Disney Company accused of using bots to defend Star Wars shows. I'm sure it does. Right? I started watching Tales of the Jedi, like these 12-minute Clone Wars type thing. And the first one, I got like 3 minutes in. It was this cutesy little thing about Ahsoka Tano being born. And I'm like, oh, God. You know, I don't want Disney Princess for once, right? Can we just have fucking Star Wars? Fine. What was it? Oh, here's the story I wanted. So James Director and film producer Peter Safran appointed heads of new DC studios. Good move. And the news is that Henry Cavill is back. This also got director James Gunn and producer Peter, blah, blah, blah. And I think this is just excellent news for everybody. Warner Discovery CEO David Zaslav painstaking search for the person or persons in this particular case to run up the studio level of DC looks to be over. Yeah, Zaslav he knows what he's doing. Blimey, this is a good hire. Suicide Squad director James Gunn and DC films producer Peter Safran, a co-producer on Aquaman and Shazam. So both of them good. Both of them climbing out from the mire of the Snyderverse debacle, right? We'll be heading up DC films being rebranded as DC Studios. Good and good. They need to rebranding. Reportedly, director Zaslav, reporting directly Zaslav under their new title of co-chairman and chief executive officers, respectively. Gunn and Safran will oversee the creative direction of all the DC Universe film, TV, animation in a single banner. Good. The newly appointed DC Studios executive will also have to work closely with Warner Brothers film co-chairs CEOs Mark DeLuca and Pam Amby on matters of marketing, distribution, and spending capital. Right, but again, look, they don't have an international distribution system, which is what Disney has, right? HBO Max is not an international distribution system. They need to step that up, right? They definitely need to step that up for this, right? If they had an international distribution system, it would change the game for them, right? And honestly, I don't know. HBO Max has the potential to be awesome, right? It has like they got a lot of great content anyway, but they earned some great IP. Why there isn't a Harry Potter verse? Like, look, I mean, Disney Plus, they have it worked out well with their tiles, right? You have the Star Wars tile, you have the Marvel tile, you have the Disney tile, whatever, right? They should be like they should have like a Harry Potter tile, a DC tile, you know, adult drama tile, you know, all these Sopranos and that sort of stuff. Yeah, or HBO tile. There's a lot. I mean, they have a lot of IP. They got Doom, which they're trying to make into a thing as well. But like I'm telling you, with Sony and Disney, with Sony as your producer and Disney as your distribution system, fuck me, Doctor Who. It's up, and it's not under Disney control, right? But basically, I mean, we're talking about the people who make Spider-Man No Way Home, right? Right? They Sony want things to make money, so they fucked up with Morbius. I think I never watched it, but I think they gave it a good try, right? I mean, you know, I got to try. I can't be bothered, right? I can't be that's the trouble. It seems like crap. I've lost the window. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. 1 second. Where are we up to? According to the deadline, was initially seen that Safran was going to have the new position himself after Walter Mather's departure, but in reality, the new head of DC Studios simply didn't want to run the studio alone without somebody with a creative spark. Enter James Gunn. That's the best first. That's the best first move ever, right? That is a very good opening move, right? Smart to know your strengths and know what your weakness is. And they were the ones advising Zaslav as they were the ones advising Zaslav on who to hire. They gradually became even more serious contenders due to CEO and DeLuca considering a joint model pattern after one that Pixar uses. With blah 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 blah. Okay, the new job will make James Gunn an exclusive Warner DC. He's assuming his duties with Safran starting November, despite Marvel still releasing Guardians of the Galaxy 3 in May next year. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special this Christmas. Safran has a bit more freedom in that his production company, run by the president of production, John Rickard. In Safran's absence, the pair are working on several projects with Warner, with other titles including Amazon. Entities including Amazon. Okay, Lego movie producer Dan Lin was very publicly running the job himself, but he was either asked too much money or his joke about the Spider-Verse bots on Twitter got him in trouble with the hire. Hopefully, Zaslav is satisfied the ultimate choice of DC. Ultimate choice. DC has amongst the most powerful, entertaining, powerful, and iconic characters. Again, who is this amateur dramatic he was put out for, right? In the world that I am thrilled to have the singular and complementary talents of James and Peter joining our world-class team, overseeing the creative direction of storage in DC. He said in a statement. And the first thing you got to do is go through what you have, right? What you have and what works, and take out what you don't, what doesn't work, right? Their decades of experience in filmmaking, close ties to the creative community, and proven track record in thrilling fans around the globe are uniquely qualified to develop the strategy across film, TV, animation, and take this iconic franchise to the next level of creative story. See, that's what they've all lost. I think we're entering an era of creative storytelling, right? I think that's where we are at last, right? I think the pendulum is swinging. Gunn and Safran weighed in too. We are honored to be the stewards of these DC characters. We love them ever since we were children. We look forward to collaborating with the most talented writers, directors, and actors in the world to create integrated, multi-layered universe that allows individual expression and artists to involve. Yeah, look, a great example of a missed opportunity was that last Bond movie, which was just way too long and not very good. You know, they had very good bits in it, but not very good. Basically, it had several plot strands too many. I would have taken out the whole thing with what's the name? The Freddie Mercury actor, right? From who was very good, right? But I would have taken out his connection to Bond's ex-wife or whatever it was, and I would have made a mini-series based around that, right? That would have like dovetailed into it. Then you would have to watch both, and that way the movie would have been a half hour shorter, and it would I think work a bit better. Plus, you would have the extra content. That's how these things need to work, right? That's how these multi-layered things need to work. And they really do need to work in concert with each other. Like Marvel had it for 10 seconds until the TV and the film departments fell out with each other. Son of HaGeffen waiting to blah, blah, blah. They added our commitment to Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and Harley Quinn, and the rest of the DC stable of characters. I mean, listen, they came in and they showed Batwoman or Batgirl. They knew it would damage the brand. They were smart. Now you can see a bigger, pattern going on. They shelved Batgirl because it would have damaged the brand, right? This is them protecting the brand, building the brand, right? We're excited to be, to invigorate the theatrical experience around the world and tell some of the biggest, most beautiful stories ever told. But just don't make it Wonder Woman 84. That was awful. Their joint remark says we are especially enthusiastic about doing all this with Mike, Pam, Casey, blah, blah, Sierra, blah, 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 Warner Discovery, blah, 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 David Zaslav, blah, blah, blah. They conclude, most of all, we can't wait to bring you all into the story of the DCU, and they have had a chance to do that over their 4-year duration of their contract. It's very exciting, right? Again, we're talking about return of the story, right? Black Adam, I'm waiting until it's on HBO Max. When I say HBO Max, I watch it. I'm not going to cinema to see it. It's too much work, right? It's just absolutely, definitely too much work. But I imagine it's pretty good, right? So good luck to them. So let's what else do I have to look at? One second, let me look at the thumbnail. Okay, fine. So we covered everything. So let's get to House of the Dragon, right? Because this is the season finale. And it's freaking awesome. 1 second. With Acrobat, like Action Man. Fine. Doink. And like again, we're 3 episodes behind in Andor, and I watched 2, but I've got to watch the 3rd. Something happened in the first of the 3. Nothing happened in the second. And I doubt much has happened in the 3rd. I haven't seen the 3rd yet. I might watch that tonight. Although I got Survivor to watch as well. But now we got Game of Thrones. Dun 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 dun. Game of Thrones. This was pretty good. So this was very good, in fact, right? In fact, my big complaint about this season was balanced out with this episode, right? They really kind of solved it with this episode. Just don't like the titles, okay? Titles just don't work. House of the Dragon, bum bum ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum. I like the dragons. Anyway, so we don't know we're on war footing yet, right? Right now, over at Dragonstone, they're just chilling out, right? And you got like this is the Princess Rhaenyra's son learning stuff about the realm, right? And they don't know that Princess Rhaenyra's father, the King Viserys, is dead, brown bread, fell apart, and in his stead they crowned not Princess Rhaenyra, who was selected to be the king, the successor, but rather the king's son, who was played by David Tennant's son a couple of weeks ago, but apparently it wasn't a biological son, even though he looked just like David Tennant. It was really weird. So they don't know all the whole shit has hit the fan. There's been a coup gone down. They hung people. I kind of like that, right? I kind of like that. And we got so he just and we had a great scene at the end where the a third party, the Valerians, Mrs. Valerian, whatever her name was, escaped from Dragonback and could have ended everything by barbecuing the insurrectionists, but no. So they don't know any of that shit went down. They're chilling, and it's got like a really touching scene. This is her younger son by Sir Strong, who was killed, but it was apparently it was that they're bastards, but no one's allowed to say it, even though they obviously are. And I saw this scene, and I said, okay, this isn't good for this kid, right? They have a little touching emotional bond. I said, oh, you're so perfect. Oh, you're a sweet boy, right? Then in comes the head of the Queen's Guard or whatever he is, and said, what's the name? Just arrived from Dragonback and wants to see you immediately. So, okay, what's going on? So she goes in. She's pregnant, by the way, by Matt Smith, her uncle. Well, you know, everything's normal, nothing's weird. With their second kid. And she says, your father's dead, right? Come to tell you your father's died. And shit's gone down. Shit's gone down. They've they crowned the egg on the second, and they've hung people. I just escaped them, dragged them back, and they tell her she starts having the baby. She's so freaked out. And like, you know, I'm not calling sides and just waiting for my husband to see if he wakes up from his illness. So, but Matt Smith's like, fuck, we are going to motherfucking war. Right, and he's looking, and then she starts having a baby, right? And it's like the Mason's like, this is not good. She's 6 months in. Okay, so here we have a scene which I think completely juxtaposes the scene in the first episode, very, very, very cleverly. Right, the first episode we have the Viserys's wife is having a baby. And it's not going well, right? It's not going well. And they do, against her will, they do a C-section on her, which they know is going to get her to try and save the baby. They both die, right? They both die. It was an analogy for abortion, right? Like for not allowing abortion up until birth. Apparently, that means you hate women and you want to control them, right? So I was really kind of annoyed with that. So here we have another scene, another very bloody birth scene, right? Where but my basic problem with the abortion argument is this: it's not is the baby that you're terminating a life or not, right? That's not the question. It's if that life matters. Does that life matter? Now, the people I think in more liberal places like New York or LA, they say no, that life absolutely doesn't matter, right? Let's say a young lady's got pregnant and she's got to change her plan for her life. You know, she was going to college, now she can't do that. And this is I'm being very, very charitable with this, but in this case, let's say that's the case, and she says, "Listen, I could, upend my life completely, or I could do this procedure which probably kills somebody, right? And that somebody is defenseless, right? Now." Nobody argues that's what's going on, right? The question is, does it matter? Does it matter if this life that's not connected to anyone has any sanctity, right? So the answer in episode 1 what they gave was yes. And was no, it doesn't have any sanctity. Life does not have sanctity at all. That because they went with the very pro-choice argument. This one they go with the pro-life argument. And it very profoundly says life does have sanctity, right? Meanwhile, War Council, we get to it, don't worry. War Council's going down and blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, the boys are training and says, look, your mother wants to see you. They go see her. She is not doing well, right? And he says, listen, you got to go to Matt Smith. You got to go to your uncle, whatever he's called, your father, uncle, tell him he's not allowed to do anything without me allowing it, because she doesn't want rash heads to go to war, right? So that's essentially what they do. These planning, these and these guys. Look, the Queen says no. We have to wait. So this is a great scene. Oh, another great scene, right? So these are the King's Guard. They should be loyal to King's Landing. Matt Smith comes to talk to them. And he says, we want to know, whose side you're on. His dragon shows up, says, listen. And again, the dragon effect's awesome, right? So listen, either you side with us and then you're good, or if you want to side with the king, tell us now, we'll give you a clean death and it'll be over quickly. But if you side with us and you betray us, then we're going to have problems, right? Meanwhile, okay, so there's the big birthing scene happens, right? And she won't let anybody help her, and it's very graphic, right? It's very, very graphic. She stillborn delivered this baby herself, right? So again, the whole point of the scene is how life does have sanctity, right? And it should all be treated. It will always be treated that way. So then we have the funeral. This again leads into this very emotional funeral scene, right? For the baby, where they all go to, they all go there, and then while we're there, Sir Eric shows up, right? Who escaped from King's Landing with, I guess he must have gone with what's the name? He didn't say how did he get there. That makes no sense. How did he get there? He must have found his own way. He must have found another dragon to take him or something. But he's brought the crown with him. That's a real plot hole. Maybe she picked him up and carried him, right? So he's bought the king's crown, and Matt Smith sees this again, takes the opportunity, and at the funeral he crowns her, and this is where she becomes like, Queen, whatever, first of a name, right? Everybody knows. Apart from Valerian, what's her name? Because she hasn't decided which way she's going yet, right? She just thought, as a courtesy, she should come. So then, Great War Council thing. They had this cool table which they light from underneath, which you could see everything on, right? Essentially, and so they deciding what to do. By the way, Matt Smith's daughters with what's name Valerian. Super duper hot, right? You see them kind of like they are just like, oh, who's that? Can I see more of this person? I don't know. Are they supposed to be young? And now I feel kind of pervy, but they're insanely hot. Anyway, so they're making plans about who will side with them, who won't side with them, what to do. And she said, "Listen, I'm still like again. I'm waiting to see what my." Husband says if he wakes up, we haven't called either way. Again, the black daughters with the white hair, they're just super hot. Okay, I'm kind of just mesmerized by them, right? And like Matt Smith's like we they probably killed Viserys. We just got to go to war, right? So then they get a word that what's the name? Rhys Evans has turned up, the Hand of the King, Otto Hightower, right? And you see the brilliant politician that he is. Listen, I'm here to talk to Rhaenyra, and so they're quite clever. She flies over in a dragon life because that whole War Council meeting was basically establishing. Wait a minute, we have dragons, right? They have 3 dragons. We have like up to 14, right? And that's basically what will win this war. Right, so that's why she flies in on her dragon, right? So she goes and says, he says, listen, basically like this: you're the king will give you Dragonstone. You have rule over that. Your sons will have a place in court. We'll give you basically we'll pay you off, right? Because he's a brilliant politician. We will pay you off, and we don't need to go to war, right? We do not need to go to war. And nobody wants to go to war. Matt Smith doesn't really hear it, right? So she takes the Hand of the King sign off. Says, "You're not Hand of the King, right? You betrayed that." And again, I think he's basically after power. Otto Hightower, right? I think he's after power because he thinks he knows how to use it the best. So he gives a message that, "Listen, we were friends." This was from a book when they were kids, I think, right? So we were always friends. We can still be friends. There's no need for us to kill each other. And it's a tempting offer, right? If they back down, they could. They would avoid war. Essentially, they would avoid war. And she's not stupid enough to turn her nose up at it. Matt Smith says ready to kill them, right? And basically, she stops it, right? They says stand down. He said, I'll give you my answer in the morning, right? And so she's going over the options. Okay, the Starks, they won't break the oaths. And she sends everybody out and says, like, we really need to consider this offer because the whole prophecy, the Prince Charles promise, all that stuff, there needs to be a Targaryen on the throne. That's the only thing that matters. Is there a male contender for the throne? Yes. Basically, what happened was this, right? You had the king, right? The king was married. He had a daughter, and then the queen died in childbirth with the next baby, right? And so he, in kind of penance for him forcing her to do the C-section, he named the daughter the heir to the throne, right? Because he wanted to right that wrong, that women that he became king because he had a weaker claim than the one we saw earlier, where he became king because he was the male heir. That's what. So for all these reasons, he wanted to establish his daughter as queen, right? The hand of the king, Otto Hightower, thought that, and also this took the succession away from his brother Matt Smith, who was a bit violent and rash, and he didn't think he should have the power of being king, right? So then the king remarries and he has two sons, right? So they wanted to go to the son. In fact, Otto Hightower says, listen, everything changed the day the king had a male heir. The only people who didn't know it is him and you, right? And he's right. That's the thing. He really was right, right? So she doesn't want to go to war because she knows how destructive war, and she wants there to be a Targaryen on the throne because there's a prophecy that a secret prophecy that darkness will come. There needs to be a Targaryen on the throne to unite people against it. And he starts all that. He starts threatening us. And we are not bucking down now. We are not bending the knee. We're not bucking down. And he might kill her, right? And she realized that he doesn't know the story. She is the only one who knows this prophecy. Her father, the king, told her, and nobody else, right? So that's a real weight on her shoulder, right? So she does not want to go to war. That's what I like about the show. It's a very layered, realistic, right, war. If they go into a civil war, I predict it will end with the male king, but the son being the male. Basically, it's no way that was Stephen and Matilda during the anarchy. Basically, as far as I understand, it just ends up with everybody dying. Basically, a stalemate and the end of the era of dragons. So this guy does Death Door. He wakes up, right? He wakes up, and bloody fly, right? And she fills him in. She was the one who had the better claim to be queen, right? So so he says, "Listen, I just after all the shit went down." He needs to get away to sea, which is why he's been gone so long. He was always driven by like a need for power as well. Like he admits it. That's why he kept trying to get her or her family, her kids on the throne. So they're all planning again. They're talking about there's three places. There's the Vale, what's the name? Winterfell. And Storm's Ending, right? Three houses that they think they're all sworn to them. The Vale there, and they're all connected by family. Stark certainly will, but they're not sure about the Vale. So he turns up. He gets out of bed and essentially says, "Yeah, we're going to be on your side because that's what everybody wanted." Even though basically they know that the kids that she had are bastards. And so he has control of the biggest fleet in the kingdom, and then he comes up the plane and says, "Listen, we can just blockade King's Landing, so they can't get through with our fleet, right? We got complete control of it's called the Stepstones. That's where he came from, right? And then she said, yeah, and we can patrol it with the dragon." And they completely cut them off, right? In the meantime, they need to secure their allies. So the son says, "Send us on Dragonback," right? The three we will go on Dragonback, which is very impressive, rather than sending a raven. So basically that's what they'll do, right? And again, can I just point out how hot these girls are? Who are crazily hot. I don't think they really have white hair like that, but boy, are they insanely hot. And he's like, yeah, so that's what we're going to do. So she meets with her sons, and says, look, this is, you're not allowed to get in combat. You're not allowed to fight. You're just there as envoys to deliver a message, right? You're out of any battle. The younger one's going to be stopped. Like, it's not going to work. Like, basically, since the beginning of this episode, I was waiting for it to be killed somehow, right? At this point, I'm like, oh, it's not good. It's not good, right? It's all going to be fine. No, he's going to fucking die, right? So off fly the dragons, and it's super cool. Oh, dragon porn. Dun, 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 dun. Then you get this great scene. Matt Smith just hanging out with his dragon, like, singing to it, right? And the dragon, like, spews like, right? And Matt Smith is just singing this, like, ancient little song to it. And it looks it in its eye. They look each other in the eye. Meanwhile, great effect shot. We're over at Storm Landing, right? So he flies over and he lands. And they're all like, whoa. And then he sees there's a much bigger fucking dragon there. So the other side has 3 dragons. This is one of them. This is the oldest, biggest dragon. And he got it when he was a kid. And he got into a fight. And the other kid lost an eye. We're going to see him in a minute. So he goes in to deliver the message. And you see he's there. He says, listen, I'm here. I said I'm going to marry the daughters here, right? You've got a direct line to the crown. Right, if you side with us, then you're just here to, like, deliver a message. So yeah, this is the guy who lost an eye. He's a bit psycho. So then it doesn't go well. Storm's Landing is pissed off. They're like, hey, you didn't offer us anything. Which one you're gonna marry? Like, which one of my daughters you can marry? He said, look, I'm already promised to somebody. So no one, I'm afraid. So he goes to leave, and he said, wait a minute, before you go, we got a little thing we need to sort out. You took my eye. I need you to give me one of your eyes. He said, just one, don't need 2 of them. Here, to use this dagger. He's like, I'm not going to do that. So he pulls out his sword ready to defend himself. He's like, not in here, not in bloody here. And so he sends him off, and this kid's going to die, right? I know this for, like, the last half hour, like, and, like, this is just a stress fest for me. The takeoff, it's rainy, just go quickly, and then as he flies, right, look at this, he's flying over it, and this huge dragon flies over top, and he's like buzzes him, right, and he's like, I've got a crazy person with one eye and an eye patch, crazy person. And they're like, run away. So he keeps buzzing him. He goes down in a crevasse, and then his dragon, like, has enough. You are a dead boy. Yeah, but then his dragon has enough, comes in and, like, spurts fire at the bigger dragon. Doesn't really do much, but pisses off the dragon. So now he's flapping and flapping and flapping. He flies above the storm. He says, we should be okay. This dragon is fucked off. Right, he's like, he is fucked off. No, and you got the kid with the one eye going, no, baby, don't do it. No, too much. He just eats this dragon whole, and the rider instantly. Right, so yeah, that's it. They're all trying to avoid taking first blood. Both sides were avoiding actually starting combat, because as long as they haven't started combat, they haven't started combat. Too late. This is where combat starts. They killed the prince. Right, this is where combat starts. He's like, fuck, I fucked up. So yeah, we're at war. So Matt Smith comes in and tells the queen, and she's like, not too pleased. It's on, baby, it's on. End of season 1. Bum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum ba dum bum. So yeah, this has done very, very well, right? This has done very, very well. This, for me, again, redeemed the problem I had with the first episode with the pro-choice argument, because it ended with a pro-life argument. I invested in all these characters. It's tragic. I can't wait to see the actual war next year with, like, the dragons fighting each other. Guys, I can't say this enough. I think we are on the crest of a new wave of good entertainment, right? I think good times are basically nearly here, right? I think Rusty Davis' Doctor Who is going to be very good, right? I think it's going to be creatively very sound, right? I think DC Studios is going to be story-led. I think House of Dragon, what they learned their lesson, right? Story was everything, character was everything, right? And they learned that lesson. Chris Chibnall got thrown under the bus. What can I tell you? So again, let's go with what we got coming up tomorrow. We have News Warp. Jodie Whittaker, eager to return to Doctor Who. No, fuck off, Jodie. He had such a good time. When are going to come back? When hell freezes over, darling. Peter Davison's advice to Jodie. Let's have a quick look. Please see there's been no major breaking news story, right? If there has, I'm a little bit screwed. I just have something in Doctor Who. Although I am going to do a second snip out that video about the press conference, right? I think that was that's going to be a big deal, right? I think that's going to be a big deal. Producing things like the Disney deal is bigger than anybody realized, right? Peter Capaldi's still not saying he won't come back. Thought Doctor Who was finished and I was responsible, says Paul McGann. No, you're all fine. Okay, nothing news happened. Good news. Pete Davis' advice to Jodie. That's a bit of a non-story. ABC morning, because Australia doesn't have free Doctor Who anymore. Listen, mate. They screwed it up. What can I tell you? They screwed it up, and now we will have to pay. So that's coming out tomorrow. Then Saturday at 5:30. And then next week, because the clock's changed, will be at 5. We're going to start going over all the reviews of The Power of the Doctor. Review roundup. Star Wars Outdoor in space. No one can hear you yawn. That's if I have the energy to do taking screen grabs tomorrow. The end of Big Finish. Yeah, we'll go deep into that rumor, which now seems to be a lot more solid to me. I don't see how Big Finish is going to be able to play in this space. I just don't see them big enough. That's not to say the people. I mean, for me, it seems like they would. They would want the same creative stuff. I suppose they just don't buy Big Finish, right? And then everybody do well out of it. Fine, so we've got that. And then also tomorrow, we're going to have this review. Not a recommend, I'm afraid. Not a recommend. I'm going to clip out we've got this one up. It's going up right now. And I guess I'll put this out tomorrow. We'll put them out. I'll put them out this weekend, which you just saw, right? And then sometime coming up, we got this article. This was from before Power of the Doctor. And I said, you live in the future when you see this. Anything could have happened, right? This is a great article. UK newspaper The Guardian gushes over the greatness of the Jodie Whittaker era of Doctor Who by lying their asses off, right? That's what they lied their asses off. That's it. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, subscribe, sign up my Substack.